FinTech Nation, it is day 25, and I'm going to get right into your questions. But first, I just want to say to you all, as a whole, again, you guys did really well, and I want to remind you that if you believe that you should have done better, then, and I understand this feeling, look for ways that you can improve, okay? I will admit that not everybody is is in the same spot, is in the same boat. We all come from different backgrounds. We are predisposed with different things. But that isn't or shouldn't be the focus. The focus should be you and how can we make things better. All right, so there are a few of you that I am going to review a little bit more in detail. And I may make an adjustment to your numbers. So if you just happen to get a surprise email with a macro change, it's not by accident, okay? You can always check with me if you want. All right, questions. Lingering questions from Slack. And there's still a host of questions that you sent in, but let me just get the Slack ones because I will inevitably forget about these. So here we go. Kombucha tea. A few people are asking about this. From what I understand, kombucha tea is just it's fermented mushroom, and mushroom apparently has a lot of properties that are supposed to be good for, among many things, your immunity. But I don't think that a fermented mushroom has those same properties. Now, fermented food is or should be a good probiotic for your gut, so it's going to be a good additive for your gut health. So that's for sure. Beyond that, I don't know of any. Certainly, there are other health benefits that are listed, but I don't think any of those have been shown to prove through. Sort of like apple cider vinegar. There's a few with apple cider vinegar, but most of the benefits, there's no proof of it. So would I have kombucha tea? I don't think there's really an issue with it. Has a little bit of calories, but nothing major. And it's a probiotic, which would be good for your gut. So no issues there. But as for all the other health benefits, I can't really comment on those because it's purely speculative, right? So that's all I'm going to say on that. I am certainly far from a kombucha tea expert. So if you know anything, let me know, okay? All right. But just to reiterate, don't get it confused with, certain mushrooms and eating or consuming certain mushrooms, because it's not the same thing. All right. This is fermented mushroom, or a fermented aspect of the mushroom. All right, muscle mass. Why did my muscle mass go down? Some people are asking, why did my muscle mass go down? What happened? Okay, so listen, I'm not saying this to appease you if your muscle mass went down. Okay, I'm just telling you the truth. The accuracy of measuring, the machine measures what it sees. Okay, but the thing is that your muscle volume, or your muscle, better yet, your muscle mass is largely water. There's nothing we can do about that. It's not like fat. Fat has hardly any water, which is why if you take a diuretic, your fat doesn't shrink. Okay, but if you take a diuretic, your muscles will shrink. Okay, for sure. Okay, so there are so many things that will influence this. Okay, so let me just list off a few. All right. Lack of sleep can affect it. Creatine monohydrate, the supplement creatine, will affect it greatly. Carbohydrates will affect it. The more carbohydrates you have in your diet, the more glycogen stores you're going to have in the muscle, the more water in the muscle. Exercise is going to affect it. Okay, exercise will deplete glycogen. It will deplete water out of the muscle. Sweating, okay, perspiration. Whether you're ill or not. Time of the month for women. I mean, this is just off the top of my head. Salt, okay, your level of salt that you eat, okay. The more salt you have, especially along with carbohydrates, the more glycogen, the more water you're gonna have in the muscle, okay. Glycogen is a reflection of carbohydrates, not salt. What else? Can't think of anything else. Okay, there's others, I'm sure, I just can't think of right now. There's the point is there's lots of variables that are going to affect this, and it's an ongoing thing. Like, it's like more water, less water, more water, less water. You can think of it as it's just like a reserve that's storing and depleting over time, and that's just the way it is. So, like, I remember when I went in to get a scan, I used to go to see this guy named Peter Schwagley downtown. He did a DEXA scan, which is like a pretty expensive machine. It's probably like a $300,000 machine or thereabouts, where it scans your body. It's a high what's the word I'm looking for? It's a high tech X-ray technology. Okay, it's not just like regular X-ray. It's like super high tech, and it's super accurate. But I went in there for my scan, and I was following more of a ketogenic diet at the time, which means it was low carbohydrate. And I went in, and my muscle mass had dropped quite substantially. It had dropped by about, if I remember correctly, it was around that 5 or 6 pound mark. And this is after like 3 months, or maybe like, no, it was probably more like 6 months. It was a long period of time, okay, a relatively long period of time. And I was just like baffled. I'm like, why did my muscle mass go down? I've been training so hard and everything. Then I realized, oh yeah, I'm on a ketogenic diet. That's why. So I don't have the glycogen in the muscles that I typically do. So it's expected. Okay, so you just have to accept that. It's something that I'm going to remove. I did put it in recently, not this past challenge, but the challenge before, as something to shoot for. But it's one of those things that will fluctuate easily by depending on your muscle mass, a pound to a couple pounds. The more muscle mass you have, the more it's going to fluctuate. Okay, so we can't really put too much importance on this. Okay. All right, that's all I'm going to say on that. There's something else I wanted to mention too, and I cannot remember, and I wish I had written it down. All right, well, you know what, I'm at 8 minutes, so I'll talk about the other thing I was going to talk about in tomorrow's video. So let's get the message of the day. All right, here are 5 things that require zero talent. All right, so you might think that success has to do with talent, success in whatever you do, genetics, whatever, but really it comes down to many other things, like your mindset and how you choose to think, and how you prepare and organize. So I don't want to give it away. Here are 5 things that require zero talent. Okay, organization, gratitude, preparation, being on time, positivity. All right, those are 5 things among many. 5 things that require zero talent, but can move you ahead in your life and help you. All right, always ask yourself, and believe me, I do this because I realize so many times in my life I might be, and they could be like little things in the day. I'm like, by thinking this way or making this choice, I'm not, like, the only person I'm affecting is myself in a negative way. So why am I doing this, right? So 5 things again: organization, gratitude, preparation, being on time, and positivity. It does help, to a certain point, to be self-reflective and ask ourselves why we're doing certain things, right? Anyways, that's my advice. Take it for what you want, but I do think it is helpful. It's helpful for me, okay? Day 25. Can you believe day 25? Is it day 25? It is day 25, right? Did I get that right? Saturday's 22, Sunday's 23, Monday's 24. We are Tuesday, right? We are Tuesday, it's day 25. Wow. Okay. Maybe not so organized today. All right. Submit, commit, do everything you got to do to be a better version of you. Positive energy, positive vibes, give some gratitude, and as always, believe in yourself. Keep trying, keep working. Believe me, keep at it, and look for the areas that you can improve upon, okay? I'll talk to you guys all very soon. See ya.